All right, what's up everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video, and today we are talking about the big news that happened recently, and that is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The final DLC character Sora has been confirmed. We have release dates, we have information on Mii Fighters, we have information on some other games coming over with Kingdom Hearts, and we have more discussion and controversy kind of surrounding that. But before we get into anything, please make sure you hit that like button. Also subscribe if you're someone new, and of course click that notification bell to get my videos first. And once again, sorry for any bad background noise or bad audio. I am still with my secondary setup on my staycation here, but we are ramping up videos, getting back to our regular time, and we'll be back to regular streaming probably by the end of the month or so. Now with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into this here, and we're talking about the big news where everyone was hyped. Obviously a lot of the Kingdom Hearts people out there were definitely excited, and myself as somebody who's seen Sora as a legendary character in the gaming industry at this point. It's great to see Sora has officially joined Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I think that that last pick that you see with Sora shaking Mario's hand and all the characters around there, I think that it was a perfect reveal trailer for a character that, in my opinion, definitely deserves to be in there, especially with Masahiro Sakurai, with what he had to say, saying that Sora actually won the ballot from the Wii U and the 3DS, but they obviously had complications trying to get Sora in the game, considering that is a Disney character along with Square Enix as well. There's a lot of legal ramifications there, but it looks like things are all good when it comes down to Super Smash Bros. And Sora in, as it's stated here. Now, we are going to go over the information here when it comes down to Sora in there. Masahiro Sakurai, the last Masahiro Sakurai presents, all of that type of stuff, right? So definitely a little bit of a bittersweet moment, but at the same time, it's finished. This man can do something else. So they did reveal Sora from Kingdom Hearts series will be the final downloadable character, and this is coming on October 18th and completing the extraordinarily nearly 3-year journey of new fighters across the video game history with Super Smash Bros. And this is, my opinion, the greatest crossover of all time. I mean, you have so many different franchises, so many different genres represented, so many different avenues of gaming. This is the best official one that I've seen ever, and I think that when it comes to singular release fighting games, it's the best selling one too. So definitely well deserved. So of course the hashtag thank you Sakurai, hashtag thank you Bandai Namco, hashtag thank you Nintendo for what they've been able to do, and all the partners, all the developers, everybody who's been involved with this. Seriously, Smash Brothers has been a crazy wild ride. Once again, we do know Kingdom Hearts is represented here. We have a brand new stage as well, the Hollow Bastion stage. You have a bunch of the different heroes from the Kingdom Hearts universe that will appear in the background. So it's very cool. Now, to get into the nitty gritty of what's going on here, if you want this new fighter, you can buy it individually. So there are going to be some people who don't have the Fighters Pass and who do buy characters individually. You can do that. That'll be $5.99 if you want to purchase him individually. If you have the Fighters Pass, that is $29.99. So you get Min Min, you get Steve and Alex, Minecraft, we know Sephiroth, Final Fantasy, so Pyra/Mythra, all that good stuff. So it's all good. Kazuya, protagonist of the Kingdom Hearts series, is Sora, a young boy who wields the iconic Keyblade and traverses Disney and Pixar worlds, battling enemies known as Heartless to overcome darkness and restore peace to the realms. His signature look and airborne moves from the Kingdom Hearts games transition perfectly to battlefields of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, offering it an approachable fighter with a unique feel that helps Sora stand out on his own. And I think that's the cool thing about this, coming from somebody who actually plays Super Smash Bros. You have a lot of people, just going, whoa, they're getting hyped and all that, and they don't even really play Smash Brothers. So when they start seeing the moves, they're just like, okay, cool, it kind of looks like that. As somebody who's been playing every single character, every single game, every single thing with Super Smash Brothers, I actually really like the approach, because all of these characters from Fighters Pack 2 have some type of weird stuff to them, like some type of weird, really gimmicky, and gimmicky in a good way, for the most part when you're fighting with them, and then gimmicky in a bad way when it comes to, fighting against them, but gimmicky stuff that's going on. And Sora, for the most part, is pretty straight up. He feels, at least from what I'm seeing, the transition feels like a Smash Brothers character. So I do like what they did there. They have some cool stuff with this alternating magic. They have some really cool edge guarding and recovery stuff. Dude's super light though, looks like he's a paperweight, so you know you got to make sure that you rack up your damage quickly and get in there. But I'm really excited about bringing Sora there, and the look and feel of Sora is really perfectly translated that only the Super Smash Bros. Team can do in a game with this many different styles and genres. So very good to see that as well. Then of course, if you guys want some more information, there's the Mii outfits. The Doom Slayer was deconfirmed right there, so I was very happy about that. I don't really care about Doom Slayer. I know some people were asking for it, but not me. So Doom Slayer, Mii Fighter. We also have Octoling Wig and Judd Hat. Those will all be separate for the Mii stuff if you want to get into that. And yeah, this is done. It's the last trailer. They have a bunch of, you know, screenshots and stuff if you want to check it out. There's all of that. Obviously there's the Masahiro Sakurai presents. Some people thought that there might be something else that's in there, but nope, this is it. So I think that Sora was the good pick. Sora was the right pick. And of course, this is something that I talked about multiple times on the channel before, that Sora has the best probability, has the best chance because of that leak that we got from the 4chan where the dude nailed the presentation day. He's like, hey man, I do music, and Disney came in here and Nintendo asking for stuff, and yeah, it's gonna be Sora. And he nailed that back in July. There's no way. It's impossible. The odds are so stacked against you to know in July that Nintendo will be doing a final presentation for characters that supersede characters that haven't even been announced yet, like Kazuya and stuff like that. There's just no way. There's no way they could have got that done. That's why I knew that Sora was a very good probability that that was going to happen, because when that guy got that date, I was like, there's no way he didn't know. Because guessing when Nintendo's going to do Super Smash Bros. Stuff, it's not easy. It's not something that you can guess commonly, or that they follow a pattern. Like you can guess Nintendo Directs, right? You can kind of guess around the time, because Nintendo has a general area of when they're going to do them, but they don't have a general area of when they're going to do Super Smash Bros. And especially this final presentation, this is the first time that they've done anything like this for, you know, with Mr. Sakurai and everything. So yeah, to me, I knew that Sora was definitely going to be probably a high probability pick, and that's why I put those two in my video that I did recently. I put the Shin Megami Tensei 5 protagonist, and I put Sora in the thumbnail. I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be one of these two. It's going to be one of these two, and probably more on the line of Sora. So yeah, and I had that poll, and obviously any type of poll that I saw after I saw that leak, I was like, hey man, it's probably going to be Sora. So yeah, either way, what do you guys think about that? You guys can of course let me know your thoughts in the comment section. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, we have a little bit of controversy surrounding the older Kingdom Hearts games coming to Nintendo Switch, and also Kingdom Hearts 3 as well, because while it's cool that these games are coming to the Nintendo Switch, finally at this point, they are going to be the cloud versions of the games. Let's go ahead and get into the topic here first, then we'll discuss why it's the cloud version, then we'll kind of try to make sense of all of this, because there's a lot of disappointed people, myself included, with it. So Square Enix will release Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix cloud version, Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue cloud version, and Kingdom Hearts 3 plus Remind cloud version for the Nintendo Switch, the company announced. Now each will be available to purchase individually or together as an all-in-one Kingdom Hearts Intergum masterpiece for cloud collection. Now the release date was not announced at this point, and as you guys know, these games are already available regular physical and also digital on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One and the PC via the Epic Game Store. So that's the very unfortunate part about this, and people are wondering, well, what's going on here? Is it because the Switch isn't powerful enough to run the games, or is it because there's a problem with what they're doing, or is it because what's going on? Somebody even said legal, and no, that's pretty much not it at all. What it basically comes down to, at least from the information that I've gathered, so I've been looking at opinions from industry insiders, people who know what's going on with development. So for example, MVG, he talked about it on Twitter. Also Nate from Direct Feed Games, he talked about it on Twitter as well. I remember having a conversation with the developer, I think about a year or so ago, about these games and engine compatibility and the price of porting and things like that, why these games haven't came over at this point. And I think it's a little bit of a mix of a lot of different things that those guys said, in addition to what the developer that I spoke with said as well. And I think that one, it's probably an engine compatibility thing, and it's also a time, money, and effort type of thing. Obviously, Square Enix does not want to pay a developer like a Panic Button or like a Virtuos or like one of these other developers for these games in particular, with whatever they're doing with the engines. We know Kingdom Hearts 3, that's going to be Unreal Engine 4. So to get all of that work done, all these different games, they're not trying to pay somebody to do it, because it would probably be an expensive type of thing to do. So they're not willing to pay that type of price to get it done, or they feel that it would take too long with it, and it's just easier to get a cloud version done, especially if you're going to have Sora and Kingdom Hearts by October, and maybe they're thinking, hey, you know, we want to have these games out by then, and they just couldn't get it done in a feasible time. Now, that's not an excuse to not have it done though, considering the type of crazy ports that we've had on the Nintendo Switch from developers who would probably sell a lot less than what Kingdom Hearts games would do on the platform. It's disappointing that Square Enix didn't take the time and effort to see if they can get this done, considering that they've been one of the best developers on the Nintendo Switch with older ports as well. We've got tons of Final Fantasy games. We've got The World Ends With You. We've got older stuff on there from Square Enix. Some of the Final Fantasies, so like Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age, also Final Fantasy 10/10-2 HD Remaster, Maxima, Final Fantasy. I mean, there's a lot of great legacy and retro content, older content ported over to HD, and the fact that they're not willing to do this, or at least they didn't want to do it, is kind of disheartening. Now, I do understand the Kingdom Hearts 3, like I get that that would be a big undertaking, that would take a lot of time, it might not run as effectively as they want it to run, or whatever the case is, so I completely understand about Kingdom Hearts 3. But I do feel that Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix, and also Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, both of those should have at least been native on the platform. They should have sought out somebody to help out, whether it was Virtuos or whether it was somebody, because I know there's not a lot of port studios out there, but they should have sought out somebody's help to get those done, just because I think that the Switch owners do deserve that after all of this time. And of course, you have Sora and Kingdom Hearts, so that's the unfortunate part. Now, I'll be completely honest with myself. Was I going to buy these games and replay them? Probably not, man. Like, these games take forever to be. I just don't have the time to be invested into it when I already played them when a lot of them originally came out. I played Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, I played Kingdom Hearts 1, I played 2, I have Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, I've played a lot of these games, so I'm not willing to go back through and play through all of them. But just because I'm not willing to do that, there's a lot of other people who want to know more about Sora, and maybe they only have a Switch or whatever the case is, right? So it would have been nice if they can get it natively, because cloud versions don't work for everyone. Cloud versions are like very spotty. Some countries don't even support the cloud version and stuff like that, man. So it's very difficult for some people. And if you have an internet connection where other people are using it, like you have a sister or a brother or your family, mom or dad watching Netflix or whatever, you can forget about using cloud versions unless you have like fiber optic internet, or you have like a really good solid LAN connection in while they're doing that. That's going to be just tough. It's still going to be tough to run them, but let's see how the technology works. Let's see what they do here. Maybe it will be better than what we saw with other games like Hitman or like Control on the Nintendo Switch. We'll see what happens there, but I can understand people being upset about that for sure, but it's just something that I'm not going to be too crazy about. I have all the games, you know, I have them, I've played them before originally, and it would be nice if they actually have the regular versions of it, though. Maybe one of these days they will, but it does seem like they're just saying, hey, look, we don't want to take the time or the money in order to get these ported over in the amount of time that it takes from when Sora's announced and all that. We just don't want to do it. So it is what it is there, but I'm guessing that is a combination of all of those. So it is what it is there. So you guys can support the cloud version or you cannot. It's up to you. So what do you guys think about this when it comes to Sora being in Super Smash Brothers? Also, with the Kingdom Hearts games, with some controversy with the cloud versions, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate that. Please make sure you hit that like button if you forgot to do so. Also, subscribe if you're someone new, and we'll catch you for the next video. Peace.